nice to just like be out and meet new people or re-engage with other people. So that's my only rule about networking.
So once a week, are
yeah.
you able to meet that goal most weeks?
I think so. And it has to be something that's like going to ladder up to my goals, right? Like I said, I'm not going to just look up a random happy hour. It has to be within that like space of either female founders or now I'm kind of trying to get myself out there in terms of like funders or like VC type of events or angel type of events. Not a big fan of like pitch events. I just don't find.
Yeah. So I'll do a quick plug for my event. She's mentioned it. So Seattle's Tech Startup Week. Kevin's HR. Seattle's Got Tech. We actually have 3 female judges. I think 6 or 7, 16 companies pitching our females. So,
awesome.
Toronto 4 food drinks. We're gonna have a cocktail bar, which doesn't really appeal to you, but yeah, trying to go all out. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like an amazing event.
Got 82 sign-ups so far. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many events that's happening.
It is, yeah.
Tech Week, but even before Tech Week, there's the Pacific Northwest Climate.
Yeah, that's
Week.
going on. Yeah, that's yeah.
So between those 2 weeks, I'm like my social capital is just.
And that's one of my pet peeves by Seattle Tech is like everything happens during this time period, which is understandable because it's the best time of the year.
Yeah.
Like who wants to do an event in November here, right?
It's true.
Yeah, but so it's like man, it's all this stuff going on, and then October to February is like it's nothing, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Maybe you should get on that, Jason.
I need to, yeah.
Get on like an autumn.
I need something, yeah.
Tech Week.
Because so we have like 16 companies pitching. We actually ended up having 55 people applying, which was like blew me away.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I'm considering like maybe doing this like once a month, once a quarter. If I get sponsored, I can't do this shit for free, If I try to get some sponsor, yeah. It's some pretty cool companies, and other like people are like, what the fuck? What is this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that you have that many female founders, is amazing.
Yeah.
Is it like industry agnostic?
Yeah, industry agnostic. So one thing I didn't want to do. I opened all tech. I didn't want to do a pitch competition. It was doing that. So it's like think of a tech trade demo, right? Like 16 tables, 16 people doing demos. Then I don't want to do all AI, right? There's a AI company. There's one company they have like what's that thing called? Like when you're pregnant and they put the thing on your stomach, sonogram.
Ultrasound?
So one company has a mobile ultrasound. They take the ultrasound to your house.
Cool.
Another company has like you put something on the phone and you check your hearing with your phone.
Okay.
Another one has like some kind of new. You know how you have in your home, you have the network thing, you plug the Wi-Fi, a new type of router. So all kind of different things. One person has like a parenting app, so different, different things, yeah. I didn't want to be like this one thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and some people like that, like it's just like a specific.
We got some pretty cool prizes, like Z Account is giving 6 months of free bookkeeping, S2SPR is giving free PR, so but some cool prizes. At least I think they are anyway, right?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So be sure to sign up.
I just don't have the time. I mean, that's kind of the that's always the consideration of like what's the ROI on the time that you're putting in, right? Like there's tons of accelerators, there's tons of things that I think I would love to be a part of, but I just like
no worries. The other thing, another criticism me about Seattle Tech here is like the community, like all these solids, right? Like New Tech the West, Founders Live, Startup Grind. It's like they're all doing great things, all like solid, right? They never like cross collaborate or nothing. It seems like
that feels like very Northwest, like Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, the passive aggressive,
Which is so silly because it's such a small community compared to other cities. Like, why are we siloed?
Yeah, I know. How often do you go back to the Philippines?
Let's see. I'd like to get there, I don't know, every other year.
Okay.
Because I'd love for my kids to just be immersed in the culture. But have I done that? Probably not. I'm probably averaging more like 4 or 5, actually.
Okay. And what's the language called?
Tagalog.
Tagalog. Yeah, it's not Filipino, it's like Tagalog, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you're pretty fluent in that?
Yeah.
How about your kids?
They can understand.
Okay.
I'm not very much speak. My vocabulary is stuck at that 9-year-old phase, so Could I run a business there? Probably yes, but I would sound like a fourth grader.
So what's something about the Philippines that you wish more Americans knew about?
Oh, just how beautiful it is. If you're a beach person, like, you gotta go. There's tons of amazing untapped beaches.
I think most people think the Philippines is like one big island, but it's actually like hundreds and even thousands of smaller islands, right?
7,700, give or take. Yeah.
So I'm guessing y'all have a pretty extensive ferry system.
Not as good as you think it should be. If the infrastructure was there, you definitely get to see a lot more. But no, not really. And I would say the people, like, gosh, it's so untapped from an intellectual standpoint. Most everyone speaks English.
Yeah, we talk. Most people don't realize the history between the Philippines and America, right? The Spanish-American War was fought there. We've been there for a while, right? Most people speak English because of American influence. The religion is mainly Roman Catholic, right?
Yes, the Philippines has been
That's from the Spanish, occupation, you want to call it,
Yeah, heavy influence on the Spanish colonization for sure. The religion, the language is very similar to Spanish. I count better in Spanish than I do in Tagalog, actually.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but it's weird. But yeah, a lot of the base words are rooted in Spanish.
Can you recommend like a really good Filipino restaurant in the area?
In the area? Oh my gosh. I think one that comes to mind is gosh, I can't think of it right now, but it's the one that just opened down the street. Not just. Is it Gigil? No, it's not Gigil.
It's not the one we met at the founders event, was it?
No, that one's that one is more like Guamanian.
Is it okay?
I think. But the one that I'm thinking of is by Miranda. She's like this renowned Filipino chef, and she has two restaurants here locally. One in Beacon Hill and one is in the IB. And I just cannot think of their names.
Okay. So what's a skill that you think you need to work on?
Oh my gosh, so many skills. I think one is being. I think I tend to be on the humble side, and not so much about taking credit for a lot of the work and celebrating a lot of the work. So I think I need to be better at that, whatever that word is. I'm not great at accepting compliments or.
So talk about this, right? I've been on podcasts a lot of time. So there's all this paid gender gap, right? And but staff fulfill suppose me and you go for an interview, right? Or me book out for a job, right? And I make all this totally up. We're both doing marketing, same role, whatever. They both offer us both $80,000. Stats show 9% of the time I'm gonna say, hey guy, I'm worth way more than that. I may get, I may not. 90% of the time, females will say, thank you very much for the opportunity, and nothing right. So they give me a raise to $100,000, and so because I opened my mouth and you didn't, I have $20,000 more dollars. Year goes by, we both do a great job, both get 10% raise. 10% of 100 is way more than 80,000. And to make it worse, stats show we both do a job for 6 months. I go and say, hey boss, I've been working time for 6 months. Where's my raise? I may get, I may not. For you close a multi-million-dollar deal, did some great stuff. Everyone says, hey Cleo, go ask for a raise. I'm just doing my job right. How do you is that the responsibility of the corporation? Hey, we're not doing negotiations, or do females need hey, you train hey, speak up more? How do you defeat that?
That is something actually that I have learned really early on. The skill that I needed to have if I needed to thrive and climb the ladder. I think I've been very good about negotiating my value and speaking out. One of the things that I take with me that I learn a lot from advisor or mentor is assertive, not aggressive.
But that can be a fine line, though, right?
Yes, but as a female in corporate America, it is really a dance that you need to like really hone. Because it's very easy, to your point, for people to think that like just because you're being assertive, you're being aggressive. But for me, those are words that make me kind of know to be like to stand up for what my value is, and that to recognize that like my voice matters. So that's kind of like a thing that reminds me to like fight for, whether it's compensation or role or title within the company.
So you already talked about your company some, but can you do another like deep dive on how your company got started, what you focus on now, what your big dream vision is for your company in the future?
Yeah, how my company got started, it really is after like a long burnout from running another ethically sourced B Corp certified company, jewelry company. It's really funny because I basically was like so burnt out from that. I wanted to have a sabbatical, and I told myself a year, and then 3 months in, I decided to start a company. And it was really rooted in the fact that the time was running out for our climate crisis, and I knew that I had a solution that could help contribute to minimizing some of the damage that's being done. And then what's next? I think just continually growing the company, having more partnership, having more brand awareness about what we do, and really like educating people on the importance of recycling precious metals.
Is your company B certified?
It's not. No.
What does that mean? What do you get out of being a B certified company? What kind of value does it bring? I heard it's like a long process to do it.
It used to.
Does it really mean anything anymore?
People are going to come at me for this, but it used to be a very valuable certification. It's like a third-party certification that you're really managing your business in an ethical way. And the 3 tenets is, people, planet, and profit. Making sure that any decision you make around that.
So you have to be for profit to be B certified, or can you be nonprofit?